Bread easier and juicier than ever. Ideal for breakfast or snacks because it turns out so soft.
So soft. I start by adding half a cup of water. The trick is that it should be warm, just lukewarm. And here we add 7 grams or 1 teaspoon of dry baker's yeast. If you use fresh yeast, you'll need to add about 20 grams. We also add sugar to feed the yeast. 20 grams or 2 tablespoons plus 3 tablespoons of oil. Use whichever kind you prefer or have available. That's about 30 milliliters. We're going to mix all of that very well, so we end up with a more or less uniform liquid. We cover it for 15 minutes meanwhile. You can do this by mixing the salt, the milk, 100 milliliters of milk or half a cup, and 3 grams of salt will be more than enough. After 15 minutes, we add this milk to the liquid we had covered here, the one with the yeast. Let's mix it quickly so everything is combined. And then we add the flour. I'm using regular wheat flour, but you could use mixed or any other type. I add 2.5 cups, which is about 300 grams. And what I do is stir it around in the bowl so that it starts forming a dough. When I can't work it anymore, I add more flour to my freshly washed hands. And now let's knead. We're going to work it for a couple of minutes until we get a texture like the one you see here. If it turns out too hard, you can add a little more water. And if it turns out too wet, a little more flour. We've kept it covered until it doubled in size. It took about 45 to 50 minutes in my case, but it depends on the humidity and temperature of the place. Then what we do is simply take the dough out of here, knead for a few seconds and divide into 6 parts that are more or less similar. We're going to quickly turn each one of them into a ball. Look how easy this is to handle. Oh my, it looks like chewing gum. It's that simple. You make a little ball and you're going to stretch it. Remember, our hands are freshly washed and we're going to press it directly onto a silicone mat or parchment paper until you have a more or less circular disc and make it as thin as possible. See, I already have it like this. If I stretched it more, it would break. And here I'm going to add butter, 1 teaspoon for each of the balls we prepared. And as you can see, I have it at room temperature, so it's easy to spread, about a tablespoon per bread, and the same, one after another. I'm going to make 2 loaves made up of 3 layers from these 3 balls, rolled out and spread with butter, one after another. And then we fold them over themselves. Look, the trick is as if we were making a kind of sandwich or a taco or something like that, over itself, so we end up with a kind of little pouch. Then we close it over itself. And now you almost have the bread ready. The last step is just to flip it over and stretch it so it gets a little flatter. Done. Let's repeat this process. Why? Well, because with these amounts, we can make 2 good loaves of bread. We heat up a bit of butter in a nonstick pan, set it over medium heat, and calmly wait for it to start browning. It won't take long, okay? Once it's hot, the pan will take about 3 to 5 minutes at most. We poke it well with a fork or a toothpick so it doesn't puff up. And when we see that it's golden on the bottom, bam, you flip it over. Look how good this looks. Another 3 minutes and golden on the other side. I'll repeat it for you, really simple. You place the bread, poke it a little, and when you see it start to brown, you flip it over. That's how simple it is to cook this real marvel. As you can see, it doesn't need an oven, and it turns out amazing.
Soft, thick bread has it all.
Because it's delicious, and as you've seen, it's super, super easy to make. Look, look, look.
What a dish. What 2 nice thick loaves we've made in no time. A foolproof recipe to spread, fill, or eat alone for anything.
Ideal.
To enjoy. Look at it from the front. How wonderful.
A bread with a
very soft dough that just
melts away
inside of
the mouth.